Now, researchers say they pose an unprecedented threat to food security in some of the world's vulnerable countries.
A year after their release, the leader of the pack got shot, and the decision-making right went over to the alpha female.
Just like humans love to work in groups and stay connected, most animals also have this habit of living in the form of packs or groups.
The great pride is hunting the prey they fear the most. To take down a buffalo, each has a part to play.
From colossal colonies to swarming hordes, these gatherings are as awe-inspiring as they are intimidating. Let's explore some of the largest animal assemblies ever captured on camera. Number 1. The largest wolf pack. The largest wolf pack in the world has been spotted in the frozen areas of the Wood Buffalo National Park in Canada as of yet. The park is known for its wolves, who are often seen howling and roaming around. But this time, it wasn't just one or two wolves. A wolf pack of whooping 25 gray wolves was seen in the park. It is the largest ever wolf pack recorded on camera. These gray wolves are apex predators and are at the top of their game. Their most challenging and most frequent hunt is usually a bison.
From my own understanding of this species, I can only agree with the experts on how extreme and unusual a situation this was.
These wolves work like a team, so their hunting game stays strong. What they usually do is that they spread out, surrounding their prey with precision. Some of them act as decoys, keeping the bison on edge, while others actively close the distance. And when they finally strike, it's a perfectly timed attack, with each wolf knowing its role as if they have been rehearsing it for years.
Like and subscribe right now, and you'll have amazing luck for the rest of the week.
Their hunt is most often a success as the prey struggles to defend itself. And guys, it's not just a hunt, it's a symphony of survival where strategy meets raw power. And when it comes to wolves, it's a masterclass in teamwork. The wolves show us that unity is strength is also very true when it comes to nature. Number 2, thousands of elephants. The African parks and safaris are usually famous for their scorching sun, beating down on the dry savanna and dust filled in the air. But sometimes, these parks do end up offering happening views to their visitors. And just like this, a herd of more than 1,000 elephants was once seen in Botswana's Chobe National Park. All of them appeared together in the largest gathering of elephants ever seen, and it almost looked like stepping into a prehistoric era. Similarly, another huge herd was also seen in the Kruger National Park in Africa.
If elephant calves are in danger, the female makes a loud trumpet sound. Then the herd forms a protective ring around the calf to scare away the predator.
The various videos of these herds have captured the scene in amazing detail. These massive mammals lead their family groups to the watering holes with great management. Calves run beside their mothers, playfully testing their trunks, and adolescent elephants clash in mock battles. This makes the watering hole a hub of activity and entertainment in itself. Some elephants drink, others spray water over their backs, and a few simply wade in, creating a symphony of splashes and giving calls. And it's not just a social event, it is an essential for survival in the harsh, dry African season. Number 3, an army of soldier ants. There was once a strange movement captured in the dense and humid depths of the Amazon rainforest. Surprisingly, it was a huge army of soldier ants gliding through the forest. It looked like a river of millions of strong ants flowing endlessly through the greenery. And the interesting part is, these were not your average everyday ants. It was an army of soldier ants who are one of nature's most horrifying forces.
The only defense is not moving a muscle. The soldier army ants are nearly blind. About all they can distinguish is light and darkness.
These scary ants form wide paths and move in perfect coordination. Any creature that comes in their path faces an impossible choice: to either flee or be devoured by them. Their jaws are sharp enough to slice through flesh, and they have venom that paralyzes their prey. These ants turn the forest floor into a war zone within moments. In one shot, the cameraman has even captured the ants swarming over an unlucky lizard, reducing it to bones in minutes. It's a cruel display of teamwork and survival in nature. Number 4. The mega pride of lion. Africa's Kruger National Park is a hot and dry safari that is also home to a huge number of wild animals. It was once accidentally captured with a ripple movement of about 27 lions moving as a single unit. Some of these lions roamed in the park, while the others decided to block a nearby road, giving the drivers on the road an amazing sight to enjoy. This was the mega pride, the largest group of lions ever filmed. Their mere presence is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine.
3 years is a long while to bear rights to the throne, but with bold nomads nearby,
the pride's target is never a small prey. It's usually a herd of Cape buffalo, with each one of them weighing close to a ton, or any other heavy animal, or a herd. and their way of hunting is exceptional. First, they all bend down, with their furry paws blending seamlessly with the dry grass. Then, their strategy unfolds like a chess game. The younger lions surround the herd, and the experienced hunters lead the charge. This way, the entire pride works together to consume their prey, and when the attack begins, it's just chaos. It's usually a dramatic clash of power and survival, with nature's raw energy full on display. Number 5. Pink flamingo flock. The shores of Lake Natron in Tanzania are often found covered with an extremely beautiful view. The lake's alkaline water already gives it a beautiful glow, but it's the millions of flamingos that truly steal the show. Over 1.5 million of these elegant birds gather here, creating a pink tapestry that stretches as far as the eye can see. Flamingos can be seen paddling gracefully in the shallow waters of the lake, with their long legs creating rippling patterns in the... Looking at the dense flock of these birds hanging out together,
Curious breed of the lesser flamingo is thriving in its caustic shallows.
it almost becomes impossible to distinguish where one bird ends and another begins. Then, with a sudden burst of energy, the entire flock takes flight. Thousands of wings beat together, transforming the sky into a kaleidoscope of pink and white. Believe it or not, it is a very pretty scene to witness. The flamingos gather here to breed, and the safety of numbers is their best defense against predators. If you haven't listed this down on your bucket list yet, do it right away. Number 6. The superpod of dolphin. Next up is the largest pod of the cutest animals to ever exist, the dolphins. The ocean was once spotted with an extraordinary sight off the coast of California when a superpod of dolphins surged through the water. The dolphins in this pod were numbered to be over 10,000. The footage was captured from above, and it is a breathtaking testament to the power and grace of these adorable marine mammals. This superpod moves like a single entity, creating waves that sparkle under the sun. These dolphins leap and spin, with their sleek bodies cutting through the water with effortless precision. And guess what? The view is even more stunning from below. It looks like a swirling mass of silver and gray, reflecting the sunlight like liquid mercury. What's even more fascinating is the reason behind this gathering. Superpods of dolphins form when multiple smaller pods converge together, often to feed on massive groups of fish, or to migrate together. Watching these intelligent creatures work in harmony is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and a cute reminder of the breathtaking marine world beneath the waves. Number 7. The largest bat colony. The skies near Bracken Cave are filled with one of nature's most astonishing phenomena in the dark nights of Texas. Over 20 million Mexican free-tailed bats emerge from the cave in swirling dark clouds that stretch across the horizon. And this has been captured at various occasions. This is the largest bat colony in the world, and it's a spectacle you have to see to believe. The footage captures the bats as they come out of the cave entrance together in a flock. Their collective wings create an audible hum that sounds weird and mesmerizing at the same time.
They're migratory, so they migrate from Mexico, all over Mexico, to the Texas Hill Country to have their babies.
And as they reach the heights of the sky, their beautiful flight patterns seem like they are choreographed. These bats play a very important role in the ecosystem, as they consume over 100 tons of insects each night. That's enough to protect vast areas of farmland from pests. But this whole scenario is not all smooth and good, because predators like hawks and owls are often flying nearby, ready to snatch a meal from the stream of bats. This balance between predator and prey adds another layer of drama to this already extraordinary event. Number 8. A million penguins. The largest ever colony of penguins was spotted at the Danger Islands in Antarctica. It happened when researchers stumbled upon an incredible sight of a penguin colony of over 1.5 million Adelie penguins. The footage reveals a hustling, bustling, and noisy group of black and white penguins swaying across the snow and rocks like tiny tuxedoed citizens. The massive scale of the colony is shocking, to say the least. These penguins create long lines as they march to and from the ocean, where they dive gracefully into the icy waters to hunt for krill and fish. The air is filled with their high-pitched calls as they communicate with their mates and chicks. It's chaotic, but somehow it works. And let me tell you the most interesting part about this colony. It was hidden from human observation for years, protected by its remote location and harsh condition. It has just recently been discovered. And it's not just a visual marvel, but a beacon of hope for conservation efforts. Things like this show that even in the face of climate change, some wildlife populations are thriving. Number 9. The Sardine Run. Beneath the waves of South Africa's eastern coast billions of sardines move as one of the world's largest marine migrations. This phenomenon is known as the sardine run. When this happens, the fishes travel in such dense groups that they look like underwater clouds.
All the sea lions can do is keep the sardines at the surface and wait for others to join them.
And the sight of this beautiful group of fishes is nothing short of hypnotic. But this beautiful journey of the sardines doesn't come without any danger. Sharks, dolphins, whales, and seabirds often cross this flock for a feeding frenzy, creating an aquatic battlefield. This creates an incredible interplay of predator and prey. Talk about the beautiful yet complex connections of marine life. Number 10. A blanket of snow geese. Every year, millions of snow geese fly high in one of the largest avian migrations ever recorded. Their journey across North America is captured in a stunning aerial video. It shows the entire landscape covered in white as the geese come down to rest and feed. Fields, lakes, and wetlands transform when thousands of geese land simultaneously. Their synchronized movements create ripples across the water, and when they take off, the sound is deafening. It feels like a cacophony of honks and flapping wings that fills the air. This migration of geese is a critical survival strategy. These geese travel thousands of miles to find food and nesting ground. Their journey is packed with challenges, from harsh weather to hungry predators, but their resilience is a witness to the enduring power of nature. Number 11. Locust swarm. I am sure we all have seen huge locust colonies gather over the sky at some point in our life, but they are nothing short of nature's nightmare. Trust me, it looks like a scene out of a dystopian movie, because when billions of locusts descend down on a region, they darken the sky and consume everything in their path. This is the dark reality of locust swarms, and in 2020, one of the largest swarms ever recorded was caught on camera in East Africa.
The plague of locusts has already caused extensive damage in several countries including Somalia, Ethiopia and Kenya, and entered northeastern Uganda on Sunday.
The visuals of this swarm are unreal and terrifying. The sky is filled with insects from one corner to another. They settled on fields, stripping the crops bare in minutes and leaving nothing but devastation. And as for the farmers that were affected, it's nothing short of a catastrophe. Yet, there's a strange beauty in the chaos, but scientists are still working to understand these dynamics better, hoping to mitigate the impact of future swarms. Number 12. The humpback whale. The drones once accidentally captured a jaw-dropping scene in the icy waters of Alaska. It was a pod of humpback whales engaging in bubble net feeding. Bubble net feeding is a coordinated hunting technique used by groups of up to 20 whales. It is the largest collective feeding behavior recorded among marine mammals. The footage shows the whales diving deep and then releasing bubbles in a spiral to trap large groups of fish. As the fishes cluster in confusion, the whales rise together with their mouths wide open, scooping up their prey in a single aligned motion. We all know that whales are incredibly intelligent, and this rare phenomenon is proof. Now, the thing is, this whole scenario is actually a critical survival skill. The whales rely on these massive hunts to build fat reserves for their long migration. So, they all work together seamlessly to maintain the delicate balance that sustains life in the ocean. Number 13. Starling murmuration. When tens of thousands of starlings fly together, the skies of Europe transform into a living canvas. This huge flock of starlings performs delicate aerial movements that look like an extremely beautiful ballet. These murmurations captured are among the most mesmerizing animal gatherings ever recorded. The visuals in the sky show swirling and shape-shifting patterns that are incredibly pretty.
Until recently, the spectacle could only be seen from the ground. Now it's possible to take cameras into the swarms.
Scientists believe the movements of the starlings are a defense mechanism because they confuse predators like hawks and falcons. However, the reason behind the exact synchronization still remains a mystery, because how could thousands of birds move as one without even colliding? This is literally crazy. The visual beauty of these murmurs is matched by their sound, which is a soft and rhythmic rustling as their wings beat in perfect harmony. Number 14. Red crab migration. On the remote Christmas Island, red crabs sometimes decide to become nature's scarlet army, and it is an astonishing phenomenon to witness. When this happens, 50 million red crabs embark on their annual migration to the ocean. Roads, sidewalks, and backyards are completely overtaken by these crustaceans, and their bright red shells create a moving carpet of life. This whole event is so massive that locals have adapted their daily routines to accommodate this natural phenomenon. You might not believe this, but the traffic is halted. Crab fences are put up, and special bridges are built just for the crabs to safely cross highway. Tiny legs hop and skip over obstacles like fallen leaves, rocks, and even human-made barriers. And in some areas, the sheer density of crabs makes the ground look like it's breathing. But during the journey, many crabs fall victim to predators or dehydration along the way, and those who make it to the coast perform an amazing spectacle, releasing their eggs into the ocean waves in perfect timing with the lunar cycle. Number 15. The Gannet dive bombers. Base Rock is a volcanic island on the coast of Scotland. It becomes a crowded region each summer, as over 1,50,000 northern gannets arrive to nest. When seen from a distance, the island appears like it's covered in snow due to the extreme number of birds, but it's their hunting style that truly steals the show. The cameras have often captured their breathtaking dives, which is a unique behavior polished by millions of years of evolution. Gannets rise high above the waves, and their sharp eyes spot fish gatherings far below. In a split second, they tuck their wings and plunge like missiles, piercing the water precisely. The dives are so powerful that the skulls of these birds are specially strengthened to withstand the impact of these dives. Number 16. The spider apocalypse. A nightmare became real in Pakistan when thousands of people woke up to find entire trees and their surroundings draped in ghostly white spider web. The branches of the trees had been transformed into creepy sculptures by millions of spiders. And this was not a scene from a horror movie. It was the aftermath of severe flooding in Pakistan. This happened because the spiders sought refuge from rising waters by climbing up the trees and weaving massive web. As you can see in the video, the sight of these trees is haunting, yet mesmerizing. These trees look like they are cocooned in silk.
But from amongst all these news reports emerged an altogether different set of images.
They look like some sort of alien artifact shining under the sun. And at night, the visuals become even more unreal as thousands of eyes of these tiny spiders reflect light, creating a constellation of glowing dots. These spiders are small but determined. They work tirelessly to rebuild their webs. The dense webs significantly reduced mosquito populations in the flooded areas. It helped prevent the spread of diseases like malaria. It's a fascinating example of how nature adapts to even the most challenging circumstances. Number 17. Kangaroo mobs in Australia. The Australian woods are home to a lot of kangaroos. With its vast open plains and golden sunsets, it hosts a mob of hundreds of kangaroos leaping across the landscape. The footage was captured during the dry season, and it shows these iconic marsupials coming together in search of scarce resources. In this video, you can see the kangaroos leap in synchronized steps, with their muscular legs propelling them forward. Among the mob, the alpha males keep a look around for security, with their powerful bodies and as a testament to battles fought for dominance. And mothers carry joeys in their pouches, occasionally pausing to let their young peek out at the world. Number 18. Wild horses. In Wyoming's Red Desert, a huge herd of horses was seen hanging out when a camera coincidentally captured the scene. And not just one or two, a herd of over 500 wild mustangs came across the plain. They had their manes and tails flying like banners in the wind, and these majestic creatures were seen flexing the essence of their freedom and raw power. The herd, moving with unity, looked like a beautiful show of muscle and grace. Stallions at the front lead the charge, while younger males playfully fight at the edges, testing their strength, while foals struggle to keep up with the herd's pace, with their tiny hooves kicking up dust as they race beside their mothers. The herd's unity protects them from predators, while their movement ensures they can find food and water in an unforgiving landscape. Watching them feels no less than witnessing nature's marvel, and it's truly mind-blowing. Number 19. Jellyfish bloom. If you have never seen jellyfish blooming before, let me tell you that they look exactly like a miracle of the ocean. Under the calm waters of Palau, millions of golden jellyfish drift together in one of nature's most lovely displays. The video shows this mesmerizing phenomenon, where the jellyfish move with an extremely attractive rhythm. From above the water, the bloom resembles a shimmering, colorful cloud, with their translucent bodies glowing in the sunlight. And underwater, the scene becomes even more breathtaking.
They're an unstoppable flotilla of hungry, gelatinous predators. Stinging tentacles force toxins into their prey, rendering it helpless.
The jellyfish pulse gently, with their movements creating ripples that distort the light. Fishes dart around them, adding bursts of color to the scene. These blooms are extremely pleasing, and they're an integral part of the marine ecosystem, because jellyfish provide food for larger predators and play a role in nutrient cycling. Watching them in their natural habitat is like peeking into another world, the one where time seems to slow down. Number 20. a polar bear family reunion. A rare and heartwarming sight unfolds each autumn on the icy shores of Hudson Bay. Over 50 polar bears gather as they wait for the sea ice to form. The footage shows the majestic pack of these creatures interacting in ways that show their intelligence and social bond. Mother bears attend their playful cubs, teaching them survival skills as they wrestle and explore. And large males engage in mock battle, rising to their full height and swiping at each other with amazing speed. The patience of these bears is very clear as they wait for their survival, based on the return of the ice. The sad fact here is that climate change is delaying the formation of sea ice. This results in shortening the hunting season of bears and threatening their future. Number 21. The largest herd of reindeer. A herd of over 10,000 reindeers was captured on camera during their seasonal migration. This happened in the snowy fields of Norway's Finnmark region. These majestic animals move in perfect alignment with their horns, creating a wave of motion as they move across the icy landscape. These reindeer are guided by the indigenous Sami people,
keeping the reindeer's brain constantly warm and active. As the thermal camera proved, reindeers' noses are actually red.
They migrate hundreds of miles between their summer and winter grazing ground. The camera captures them crossing frozen rivers, navigating snow-covered plains, and climbing steep mountain passes. Their endurance in such extreme conditions is proof of their adaptation to one of the harshest environments on Earth. The sight of this vast herd moving together is undoubtedly the stuff made of dreams. It is also a living link to ancient traditions and untamed wilderness. Number 22. Largest swarm of bees. In Nepal, a buzzing phenomenon was captured on camera that left researchers awestruck. The largest documented swarm of giant honeybees. They were numbered in millions and were found to have formed massive colonies on the cliffs of the Himalayas. These Himalayan mountains are filled with their combs draping down like golden curtain. These tiny insects show their cooperative behavior as they produce honey and defend their hive against predators like hornets and humans. Local honey hunters use traditional methods to scale the cliffs to harvest the coveted honey of these special bees. This adds an element of danger to this otherwise beautiful sight. The collective buzzing of the swarm is an example of the industrious lives of these often misunderstood creatures. Number 23. Giant manta ray aggregation. A breathtaking underwater phenomenon was hidden under the turquoise waters of the Maldives for ages. It was the world's largest aggregation of giant manta ray. It has now been documented, and up to 200 of these graceful giants gather to feed on plankton blooms, with their enormous wings creating an array of movement. The footage is mesmerizing. Some of these manta rays even have a wingspan of over 20 feet. They glide effortlessly through the water, with their mouths wide open to filter feed. The rays move in loops and spirals, creating patterns that look like abstract art. Scientists have studied these gatherings to understand more about manta ray behavior, but we still do not know a lot about the rare and mysterious world of the manta ray. Number 24. The largest walrus haulout. On the Arctic coast of Russia's Chukotka region, people have captured one of the largest haulouts of walruses ever documented. Over 1 lakh, walruses got together on a single stretch of beach, creating a dense, noisy, and chaotic gathering. These massive marine mammals weigh up to 2,000 pounds each. They pile onto the shore to rest and escape the icy waters of the Arctic. Their howls fill the air while the younger calves keep trying to avoid being crushed under the weight of the larger adults. Predators like polar bears are also seen roaming nearby, adding an element of danger to the scene. This unusual haul-out focuses on the effects of climate change. Because the diminishing sea ice forces walruses come to the shore in larger numbers than ever before, nature has a way of leaving us speechless, whether it's the sheer scale of these massive gatherings or the intricate behaviors that make them possible. From skies filled with birds to oceans teeming with life and landscapes transformed by moving herds, these spectacles remind us of the incredible diversity and resilience of the animal kingdom. So, the next time you see a small gathering of animals, imagine the power and beauty of their larger counterpart, and let it inspire you to appreciate and protect the natural world.